Hi, I'm Jelani McCaskey for the SIAC conference, reporting on the campus of Kentucky State University, home of the Thoroughbreds, where today we're going to feature some of our student athletes. We want to dive into their careers and the things that they want to do on and off the court. We'll be talking to two premier players for Kentucky State, two forwards, Brandon Darrett and Kevin Smith. Join us as we talk to those student athletes and find out what are they looking forward to in the future. At the home of Kentucky State University, the Thoroughbreds, and I'm sitting down with forward Brandon Darrett from Evansville, Indiana. Brandon, what's been the biggest difference since transferring from Vincennes University coming to Kentucky State?
What I see more that is bigger is togetherness with my teammates from my other school. Since it was a junior college, everybody was trying just to get in and get out. But here, people are here for 4 years. It's almost like we're here together and as one. So I think togetherness is a big difference from coming from a junior college.
Okay. Coming from Evansville, Indiana, and being in Kentucky, is there a big difference in the environment?
No, not actually. I mean, the weather's the same. You never know when it's gonna get cold. You never know when it's gonna get hot. But I mean, it's pretty much the same, really.
Okay, talk about your high school career. How did that go in comparison to what you're doing now at Kentucky State?
Well, I went to Bossy High School, and I started varsity when I was like a sophomore. So that was a huge accomplishment. But I had different coaches come in every year, so I mean, I never had a really steady coach, so it was kind of a struggle, but I still had to do what I had to do for the team. But coming here, knowing that they had a new coach, at first it kind of felt like the same thing, but the camaraderie between the teammates and the coaches, it was nothing like high school. I mean, it was just, like I said, togetherness. I mean, it just felt like it fit in good. So I think that is kind of the similarity, but it's a difference too. So.
Okay. Preseason. You worked out, you conditioned, and how was your outlook, in the preseason of what you felt you could bring to the team? How has that changed from now going into the season?
At first, when we started working out, I mean, it was extremely hard. I mean, sometimes you have those days where you're just like, can I give it my all? It's almost like a struggle. But then now that where we're at right now, I can look back and say that, it wasn't just one person. It was all of us. And I knew once that when we were working out, I knew that I would have to run the floor. And that would be my big key, and my big part of the team would be that I have to run the floor. So me taking that from preseason into what we're doing now, that's what really helps us out. Me running the floor, staying in shape is a big key. So.
Okay. Talk about, I checked out the stats. I'm a stat guy. You've been kind of up and down this season. What have you done to try to get your rhythm back, especially going to this next game against Payne?
Really, I try not to focus on what I did last game. Every game is a new game. It's a different game. So I just try to go out, give my all. Like most basketball players know that every game is different. Some games it might be your night. Some nights it might be your teammate's night. But the big key is just to go out, play hard as you can, whether you play good or not, just give it your all, really. So, I've had some up and down games, but my teammates have picked me up, and we've got the win, so that's the most important part.
Exactly. You've been named Newcomer of the Week in previous weeks. How did that honor feel?
It felt good to be recognized, going back to what we did in the preseason, all the working out we did, all the conditioning, waking up early mornings. It paid off to actually be recognized. But like I said, I couldn't get none of that without my teammates, without the coaching staff, without any of that. So I'm grateful, but at the same time I'm thankful for everything. So.
Okay. Aspirations. After you finish and getting your degree, what are your aspirations after college?
Well, actually, I've been planning on moving to Atlanta, Georgia ever since I was in high school. So okay. I plan on moving to Atlanta and having a graphic design job within the city. So hopefully I can just go straight from college right over there and get everything started. So.
What type of graphic design business? Are you talking like as in architecture or?
I mean, I want to do industrial design, where they specialize on making new technology, different things for housing, appliances, things like that. So, I mean, it's kind of a wide range, but I mean, I'm open to a lot. I'm open to everything they have to offer.
Okay. Professional basketball. have you looked into trying to go overseas and play, or even go to a D League?
I think everybody who's played ball has always had those dreams of going into the league and playing overseas. And of course, I would love to. I mean, who wouldn't want to go into the league? But I mean, a lot of times you have to be realistic with yourself at the same time. So, I mean, if I had the chance to go to the overseas, I'd be most thankful. But, you know, if I didn't and I know I have plans after college, I'm fine.
Good, because most student athletes, they never have a plan B.
Yeah.
They'll say, oh, you know, I'm going to play professional. I already know I'm playing professional. And so they don't even, you know, try to have that plan B in place. But that's good that you do. If you had to tell somebody something they didn't know about Brandon, what would it be?
One thing that I would tell people is that I can draw. I can draw. I can, you know, if you need anything, if you need a sketch or something that you need for somebody else, you know, I'm a great drawer. That's the reason why I chose my degree, my program that I'm going into. So that's probably something interesting that people might not know about me, because I mean, I play ball, and that's the first thing they see is just like, he's a student, he's an athlete, that's it. But I also got some other things I can do. So,
community service projects. Is there anything like you want to go out in the community and do, you know, while you're working on or while you're getting your graphic design business going?
I would love to go out and do community service, like doing some soup kitchens or, you know, community cleanup. I mean, I used to do that when I was back at home for my church. We did community cleanup, and that plays a big part, because not only do they recognize you, they also recognize what you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish, and then therefore it helps you out later on in life. So, I mean, it's a win-win situation, really.
Okay, going back a little bit into basketball. Got this big game against Payne coming up. You guys are prepared, you're getting ready for tomorrow. What's going to be the big key in the knocking Payne out on Saturday?
The biggest key is we have to play together. We have to play as one. But not only that, is we've came off of playing 3 games in a week. So, I mean, everybody's banged up, everybody's tired, sore. But we know that tomorrow we have to give it all. We have to give everything that we have in our body on the court. So I think that's one of the big keys, is that tomorrow we have to give everything that we have. We have to, because they've already beat us before. So tomorrow we're not taking anything less than a win.
Okay, great. All right, I'm here with Brandon Darrett, and this is Jelani McCaskey reporting for Writers Block Media in the SIAC conference. I'm here with number 15, Big Kevin Smith, forward for Kentucky State University. Kevin, you was named preseason second team by the conference. How did that honor feel being on the second team?
Well, it felt good to be recognized for all my hard work that I put in last year. I mean, again, you always strive to be first team, but to be recognized, it was a great feeling.
Okay. Going into your conditioning for the offseason, knowing that, hey, I had a good year last year, I want to get better this year. What did you do in the offseason to keep your numbers either above or the same as going into as last year?
Well, last year, to be honest, I felt like I didn't have a good year.
Okay.
I felt like it was a down year for me. I felt like I could have did a lot better if I was in shape.
Okay.
I mean, that was the biggest thing the coaches was on me about, was being in shape. They felt like if I was in shape, I mean, my numbers, the team could have did a lot better. Me personally, I felt the same way. So this year, my biggest goal was to come back in shape, come back in the best shape that I can be, to try to help lead the team to a conference championship.
Okay.
And that was one of the main things that I strived for this year, was coming back in shape.
Okay. You guys been on a 3-game winning streak. What's been 4 games? Wow, 4 games. Okay. What's been the key in having that winning streak going?
Well, one of the biggest key, I feel like our seniors has been stepping up a lot these 4 games. I mean, I've been struggling, just trying to get healthy, but I feel like our senior Will Marshall has been keeping the load on the offense, and our senior Austin Rich has been a hassle on the defensive end. And as a team as a whole, I feel like we all together has been giving everything we got out there to try to win these games.
Okay, talk about your high school career. Where did you go to school?
Well, my high school career was kind of much of a balance of all around in Detroit.
Okay.
I went to 4 high schools out of a span of 5 years.
Okay.
So I started off at Chassis High School as a freshman, starting varsity, averaging 12 points. And then after there we moved, so I transferred to Southeastern, where I ended my junior year there.
Okay.
And then going into my senior, I set out a year of basketball, and I played my senior year at Highland Park Career Academy, where I averaged 29 points a game.
Okay, big numbers, big numbers. Detroit, we know, blue collar town. Everybody there, or most of your Midwest town, they're hard workers. So how did that prepare you for coming to Kentucky State?
Well, I always thought if I needed to be anything in life, I had to work hard.
Okay.
I mean, everywhere I'm from, people have to work hard or you won't make it.
Mm-hmm.
So coming from where I'm from, I mean, if you ain't gonna be a hard worker, it's 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be a harder life for you.
Okay. You've been named to the HBCU All-Star watch list.
Yeah.
Talk about that. And, that sounds exciting to be, put on the list and say, hey, I could be an All-Star this year.
Coming with that, I mean, it's a lot of pressures being named to that. I mean, you feel like you want to do good. I mean, you want to show that you're worth mentioning for that.
Right.
So coming in, I mean, I've been struggling, trying to do good, trying to get healthy, but then again, we winning. So winning heals all. And I feel like do it all if we winning, hey, if I'm still recognized at the end, I'm all for it.
Okay. Do you feel like, when you get put on these lists or named preseason all conference, does that put like a target on your back or make the opponent say, hey, now we got to stop this guy. He's on the preseason list.
It really does. Like the first couple of games, I found myself getting double teamed a lot. I mean, it was a struggle. I mean, just coming into the games where last year, I mean, I was new, so nobody really knew nothing about me.
Okay.
So it kind of made it much easier. But this year, coming to the games, teams are scouting you. They know about you. They know your moves. So some games I'm catching the ball, watch left. I got 2 people coming at me, so I just got to trust my teammates, pass the ball, and go with the flow.
That's great. That is definitely great. Talk about some things off the court. After college, what are you planning on doing?
Well, my major is physical education teaching. So I plan on working with students and working with young kids. Cause like coming from where I'm from, I don't know where would I be without the mentors and the man who helped guide me in the right position. So I just want to give back to those young kids who unfortunately like me without a father.
Okay. Oh, definitely. That is definitely a lot of single parents out here nowadays, and it's tough being out here. What do you feel you can bring to the youth and going into physical education and things like that? What do you plan on bringing to the youth that makes a difference in their life?
Well, I just feel like I can relate to them, a lot of the youth. Like coming from where I'm from, if I can make it, you can make it. I mean, nothing's getting easy, but you gotta work hard. I mean, we all dealt with different circumstances, different life situations.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if you get that right person to guide a young person, the sky's the limit.
Exactly. Last question. Saturday, going against Payne. Everybody says, "Oh, Payne's going to be the top team in the conference. They're playing well." What can you guys do to slow them down? They seem like they want to be up tempo. They want to move the ball fast. What do you guys have to do to keep them in a half court set and be able to execute?
Well, I feel like our main thing is just to take care of the basketball. If we not turning it over, it's hard for them to get up and down and run. And to finish on the offensive end. I mean, if it's hard for a team to get up and down when they're not forcing turnovers.
All right, thanks, Kevin. This has been Jelani McCaskey, Writers Block Media, and the SIAC Conference.